But as you talked about, so people come to Barry's fully clothed, fully dressed, meaning they're wearing jeans, they're wearing their booties, they're wearing their nice blazers. Even on a weekend, though, because you mentioned maybe they're getting dressed for work, but even on a weekend, people come to work out wearing what I'd call normal, not workout clothes, and then change into their workout clothes when they're in the locker room.
Yeah, we always ready, stressed, depressed, but always well dressed. So
stressed, depressed, and always well dressed. That's hilarious. I've never heard that before, but
never?
No.
Okay.
I love it.
But for example, I've been in Miami last week, and I noticed the difference between their change room and our change room.
Oh, tell us. This is Italian for Sure, the podcast about Italian culture. I'm your host, Catrin Skaperdas, an American living in Italy, and I interview Italians who passionately share their wisdom, stories, and insights about Italian culture. Welcome to Italian for Sure, Gabriele.
Thank you, Catrin, for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to be here too in the Red Room, which is the studio of Barry's Milan. And I've had plenty of workouts here with you and other amazing Barry's Milan coaches. And it's great to be here now just chatting with you about workout culture in Italy. Can you start by introducing yourself and maybe tell us what do you do for work and where you're from in Italy?
Okay, I'm Gabri. Well, actually, my name is Gabriele, but everyone call me Gabri. I'm the head of curriculum for Barry's Milan and Italy, so I'm the head coach here. And I joined the team 5 years ago, while the studio is open 7 years ago. So my job is to stay here in the Red Room and in the lobby with the management and the clients. And I work as a personal trainer too, for different brands and for myself. I was born here in Milano, but as you can see from the color of my skin, my parents are from the south.
Do you go down to the south a lot to visit?
Actually, no, where my parents was born. But I used to go to Sardinia, of course, because I love that place.
I've been to Sardinia once. It was really nice. Yeah, in the southwest side.
Okay.
Very remote. I remember. I went in October.
Completely different from the north.
North is more party, lively, fancy. Yeah. Okay. Different vibe. I'll have to go check that side out as well. Now, Barry's. Barry's is considered a boutique fitness studio. And I'm familiar with them in New York, where I used to live. And there are tons of different boutique fitness studios around every corner, every workout you can think of, core yoga and something with boxing and rumble and this and that. And I loved going to Barry's. And when I came to Milan and moved here, I didn't see as many boutique fitness studios. In fact, I didn't know Barry's was here. When I found out Barry's was here, I was so excited because that was something I truly missed about the US that was different living in Italy, boutique fitness studios. So excited, 15-minute bike ride away. I get to come here all the time now. I want to ask your opinion. Do you think we'll see more boutique fitness studio brands popping up around Italy?
Okay, I want to start from the top because we have Barry's only in Milan here in Italy. And for example, in the US, in New York, I think they have like 7 or 9 studios for one only city, which is bigger than Milan, okay? But 9 studios are a great number for the studio, for Barry's. And we have only one studio here in Milan because the workout, the fitness culture here is a little bit different because it was born first in the US and, for example, in the UK, and we are trying to follow them and growing step by step, year by year. So Massimo and Giulia founded Barry's 7 years ago, so it's such a long time ago. But hopefully, in the next years, we're gonna have more studios here in Italy, and hopefully again, some competitors maybe. Because we like to challenge people during the workout, but it's good to have some competitors to challenge ourselves too.
That's a really great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Now, when I was doing classes in New York City, I know classes did start at 5 a.m. I am not claiming that I took any of those classes at 5 a.m., but I believe that's when they were available. Whereas here in Milan, they're starting at 7 a.m. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit later. So I feel like that's a great place to start talking about workout culture in Italy. So in your opinion, especially compared to maybe the US or places, other places around the world as well, what is workout culture like in Italy?
Actually, I didn't understand why people wake up at 5 to take a class in Barry's.
No, you have to wake up at 4 and then get dressed and then get to the class.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't know, maybe crazy, but I don't know. Our first class, it's at 7 a.m. and we are all still sleeping when we are here in Barry's. So it's like, I don't know. It's like crazy for us to start one class at 5. We tried to have a class at 6, but it was so hard. I did the class and all my clients, just because they are my friend, they came to join this class, but we tried only 2 times.
Secretly cursing you for having to wake up at 5:30.
Yeah. And I'm lucky because I live close to the studio, to the city center. So it's like 10 minutes walk from here. So I'm really lucky. I can wake up at 6:20 in the morning to take the class at 7. But I understand people maybe are a little bit far from Barry's and they need to wake up really early, maybe to have breakfast before the workout. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard.
I wonder if that's because of the time that people typically start work here. Mm-hmm. So from my experience and what I've seen, and I don't work in a corporate office in Milan, so I don't have direct experience, but from friends and the things they say, work starts more like 9:30, the earliest, 9:30 by the time you get your coffee, maybe even 10.
Yeah, it depends the work you do, of course.
I'm thinking more 9 to 5 typical corporate lifestyle, just because that's what I came from in the US, where people who were taking those early classes, they had to be in the office by 8:30 the latest, so that by 9 they were truly already heads deep into work.
Yeah, I think people here start working like 8:30. But for example, it's completely different in the south because they start like at 10 in the morning.
But you said 8:30 here?
8:30 here.
In Milan?
So if you take the class at 7...
Introduce me to them. I've never seen a person start work at 8:30 here.
Really?
Yeah.
No, all the clients that take the class at 7 a.m., they have to be in the office, I think, at 8:30.
Oh, wow.
8:39.
Okay.
They have ranges to come to the office, to go to the office.
So I guess it really just depends.
Yeah. But some people like to do the workout at 7 a.m.
To wake up early.
Yeah. And in the south, they're completely different. For example, Rome or Naples, they start at work at 10.
That makes sense. And let's talk about that. I mean, people wake up, they get ready, they get dressed, they go to their workout class if they're working out in the morning. I want to talk about workout attire. Okay. So I've noticed such a difference in what people work out in here in Italy versus what I was used to in the US. In the US, there were a lot more workout sets, a lot of matching tops and bottoms that now here I notice are also more popular. It's starting to gravitate. And I think that I see a lot of women in the same matching sets. The big difference I noticed is that in the US, people walk out of their house ready for the workout. So they leave their house in athleisure, let's say, or athletic gear, and they go to do their workout. Here, that's not the case, but I don't want to explain it. I'll let you explain it. So how do people show up to work out when they come to Barry's Milan?
Okay. I think they get already ready to go to the work. So they have nice clothes and they come here, they change their clothes, they take the workout and they take the shower and they spend like 1 hour in the changing room doing actually, I don't know what. And then they change their clothes once again to go to the office. But maybe that's why people in the US need to take the class at 5 a.m. because they come back home to take the shower and do their stuffs and then they go to work. But people here love to do shower and take time in the changing room and stay here to take the coffee. So they spend like 1 hour and 30 minutes in the changing room, actually. Yeah.
Well, Barry's locker rooms, changing rooms are really nice.
Yeah.
the best, blow dryers, the best showers. You offer shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. And so it's nice to take showers in these locker rooms, in these changing rooms. But as you talked about, so people come to Barry's fully clothed, fully dressed, meaning they're wearing jeans, they're wearing their booties, they're wearing their nice blazers. Even on a weekend, though, because you mentioned maybe they're getting dressed for work, but even on a weekend, people come to work out wearing what I'd call normal, not workout clothes, and then change into their workout clothes when they're in the locker room.
Yeah, we always ready, stressed, depressed, but always well dressed. So
stressed, depressed, and always well dressed. That's hilarious. I've never heard that before, but
never?
No.
Okay.
I love it.
But for example, I've been in Miami last week, and I noticed the difference between their change room and our change room.
Oh, tell us.
Because we have, like, for example, 8 showers and so many lockers room. And
like lockers, so people put their stuff.
Exactly. And they have like 3 showers, and I was the only one taking the shower. So it was like, can I do the shower here? I asked to the front desk, can I take the shower here? Because no one was taking the shower after the class. But here, they wait for the showers, and they need to take the shower here. Because then after the workout, they want to leave and they are ready for whatever, work, brunch, or just going around the city.
Yeah, and it's interesting you said that they wait to take the shower. So I've been on long lines in the locker room to take a shower. And like you said, there's maybe 8 showers, and I'm waiting online with other women.
Exactly.
Another cultural difference is nudity in the locker rooms. I think people are more reserved in the US. So if they do need to get nude or change or something, they kind of cover themselves. And at least in the women's locker room, everyone's just walking around naked, having full conversations with each other. Like it's no big deal.
Totally agree.
I love it. I mean, it's free, it's open, we're all humans. But
actually, I don't know why. I've never complained to stay nude in the locker room because I'm taking the shower, so I think it's normal for me to take the shower.
It's just a cultural difference, I noticed it right away.
But I think it's not only Barry's. In all the gyms, we have big change rooms with lots of showers for all the clients.
So there's Barry's all around the world. So people might have experiences working out in different countries similar to my experience. And I want to talk about the weights, which if someone's watching this with the video, they can see the weights behind me. So the weights are in kilograms.
Yes.
The weights in the US are in pounds.
Exactly.
Okay. It's something that as a foreigner that came here and did my first workout, I had to adjust. I had to think about which weights do I use based off of what I was used to. And to be completely honest, and I'm sure I'll get made fun of for this, but I didn't really think about the fact that they were in kilograms the first time I ever worked out in an Italian gym, which was not Barry's. And I'll explain why I mention that in a second. So I did a workout that was much harder than it had to be because I was using double the amount of weight.
Yes.
Because a kilogram is 2 pounds, right? It's like 1 to 2. 2.2. Yeah. So I just say 1 to 2. It's so double. It's easy. It's double. So if normally I would do something with 10 pounds, I should pick up 5 kilos, but I picked up, let's say, a 10. So I was actually doing 20. I was like, this is much harder. I must have lost muscle. What's going on? But I say that it wasn't at Barry's because at Barry's, you guys do such a great job of giving suggestions to people when they walk in of a range based off of the workout that we're doing and easy, medium, or hard, and what kind of weights you suggest.
As you said, Barry's is basically all over the world, and US and UK, I think they use pounds, and all the rest of the world we use kilos. And as we do our own training, so I know my training, and I suggest my clients to have light, medium, or heavy dumbbells. I suggest also how many kilos they should have to do the exercises. And sometimes happens that I don't know, people from the US or UK maybe, they don't know that our weights are in kilos and our treadmills are in kilometers per hour.
Right.
Not miles. So our ranges are completely different. So every time we do the walk-in and we explain the setup for the class, the first exercises and the pattern for the treadmill, we need to specify that our dumbbells are in kilos and not pounds, and our run is in kilometers per hour, not miles. Because the ranges on the treadmill are completely different. The sprint in miles could be like between 8 to 10 maybe. For us is 13 to 20.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference.
Which makes me feel so much stronger when it comes to the treadmills. Like I'm such a better runner here because I'm like doing these high numbers that in New York, I remember like 9 was my sprint. And here I'm like, 14, 16. And like, it feels really good.
Actually, the sprint in miles is the jog in kilometers per hour.
Wow.
With the same numbers, 8, 9, or 10. Miles are the sprint, is the sprint for the US, and here is the job for us.
It's true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so this brings me to my next point, that it's great that Barry's also does a translation between the native language and English, at least here in Barry's Milan, because as somebody who, when I moved to Italy, my Italian was very beginner level. I didn't come to Barry's, even though I was excited it was here, because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to understand what was going on. Thankfully, I called after a while and they told me the classes are in English. And I thought, wait, what? So it's great because, people like me can come, foreigners can come, maybe even people who are just visiting can come. But of course, also Italians come and they enjoy. So they hear in their native language. And then also there's an English translation. So that was really nice for me. Is that how it is at all Barry's around the world? Do you know?
All the Barry's around the world have the classes in English.
In kind of this double...
Yeah. That's one of our main rules, because Barry's from the US, they want us to teach in English because we have the same community, and maybe people traveling. I don't know, if I go to Germany, for example, I don't speak any German.
Right.
And if I join a class and they speak only German, I basically don't understand anything. So that's why basically US want us to teach in English. And especially all the Barry's are in the biggest city of the country. So there are so many people from abroad, and they are basically, well, actually not all of them, but part of them are confident in English. That's why we speak English. All our trainers can do a class 100% in English, but we used to do all the class between Italian and English. For example, 80% English, 20% Italian. But if we need, we can repeat everything twice. English first, in Italian. And sometimes if there's something more difficult to explain, we switch to the Italian if we know all our customers are from Italy. But basically, we do all the classes in English.
You talk about community and talking about how you would know if all your customers in that class are from Italy or not. I want to talk about that. That's something really special and different that I noticed between my experience with specifically Barry's, I guess, in New York City, and specifically Barry's here in Milan in Italy, is this sense of community. And I think that ties into Italian culture in general, but I kind of want you to talk about that and explain how you view the community of Barry's and its strength and how that relates to Italian culture.
Well, we are so touchy. As we are also touchy, we kiss each other, we hug each other in the morning just to say hi to each other. So we create really a great connection with all our customers, and most of them are real friends for me. We used to hang out, to have dinners and brunches and aperitivo, whatever. We are really friends. I know them outside of Barry's. So I think from my side, it's even better to have them in my classes because it's more fun for me. And for example, in April was my birthday, and I organized a special class for my birthday with all my friends here, and they used to come here like every day. So
that's so fun.
Yeah, it was really cute.
I love that. What kind of workout did you choose? Like total body?
Of course. It was Sunday. It was Sunday. Sunday midday. And then upstairs, I brought a cake for my birthday, and they gave me a gift and presents.
That's so nice.
Yeah, they were so cute. I love that.
That's really sweet. Yeah, but that's how I feel about living in Italy. The sense of community is really strong. Even here in a city, like Milan is a proper city, but especially, and maybe it's my neighborhood in my area, but I feel a sense of like there's a neighborhood, and you feel this like small town feeling within a big city. So you get benefits of a big city, but you still know the name of your barista and, you know, the name of your berries coach and have that connection. So it's really nice.
It's what we are. We are touchy and we want to create connection with people. If I go to the supermarket, I want to know the name of the people that work there. I don't know why actually, but I think here in Berries Milan, we have one of the greatest community of the berries. I really love this.
You're
community.
Not biased at all.
No.
So how many times a week on average do people come here to work out?
Between 3 to 4.
Okay.
I think it's the right choice.
Do you know what the average is in the US, especially maybe New York? I'm curious if it's more. Because I had a conversation on the podcast already with Federica Tremolata from Spotify. And she talked about her cultural difference or cultural shock when she moved to the US from Italy, having to do with what she calls sport. So here, I know the word sport is used for also working out. So berries would be considered sport. And she noticed that people in the US do a lot more sport. Like they work out more often than at least what she was used to. So that was her cultural shock. Do you notice that? Do you notice that people in the US, maybe New York, LA especially?
I'm not sure, maybe 5 to 6 with 1 day rest.
Yeah.
Is it exactly?
I mean, it depends, of course, on the person and anyone listening.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. But even we're stereotyping big countries. But I would say people tend to work out.
Yeah, but here between 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I say that. Yes.
And then on their rest day, they're getting aperitivo, they're getting their gelato.
During the week, they work like they've never worked in their life, and they have to stay all the day in the office.
Really?
I received like messages at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Do you think that's
Gabrielle,
Milan?
Sorry, I'm still working and I can work out tomorrow at 7. Can you change me the class?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that Milan? Because
I think it's Milan.
More than other areas of Italy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm crazy if you think.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds very New York, like New York City.
But still, we have no classes at 5 a.m. in the morning. We'll never have them.
Good. No, I don't know. It's just different cultures.
If we will, I won't be the trainer.
You won't be. Well, then I'm not coming. No, just kidding. There's other great coaches here. So at Berries Milan, you have the smoothie bar. Can you talk about the habits of people who come to work out and when they might get a smoothie?
And I can talk to you about my habits. Because before berries, I've never had a shake before.
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah, because shakes and smoothies are not so popular in Italy.
No.
In like
we are different food culture, maybe.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Definitely. I know you love Italian food.
Everybody loves Italian food. No, but it's so true. I mean, there were times where I really wanted a juice. And in New York, like you can go to so many places and just get a juice. And here it's a little bit harder to find. In Milan, you can find it. But outside of Milan, unless you're maybe in Rome or another big city.
It's a little bit more difficult.
It's difficult, yeah.
But for example, people come here, even if they don't take the class, they come here to have the shake like a breakfast. Because now I think breakfast and food in general, it's a little bit different from the classic Italian culture.
Okay, so what's the classic Italian breakfast that
we all know that Italy is also famous for the food, for the amazing food, pizza and pasta and mozzarella and whatever. But now we see also the food as to fuel our body to have a great performance. So after the class, you have the shake as a breakfast instead of cappuccino and cafe, for example. Or instead of a breakfast, you can have a shake even if you don't take the class. But now also some of our clients, and me, of course, we have eggs and salmon and avocado toast in the morning too.
Wow, how American.
Yes, wow. That if you think it's more similar to a lunch for us, because we can have just a coffee as a breakfast.
Yeah, you said breakfast and you said coffee or cappuccino.
Coffee or cappuccino.
I was thinking maybe some sort of pastry or something sweet is my idea of a classic Italian breakfast.
Yes.
To pair with the coffee.
For example, my mom, for example, which is a little bit older than me, just a little bit.
I mean, she should be. She's your mom.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. If I have eggs and avocado toast in the morning, she looks at me like, what are you doing? It's not lunchtime. And I'm like, Mom, I'm having breakfast with eggs. Why?
Yeah, get off my back, Mom.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Now it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
We're following you.
You're following us. So people understand maybe they need more, I don't know what, proteins and other substance to get them through a workout. Maybe
a proper breakfast to arrive at lunch or to fuel the body to work out, to have the energy to stay awake during the day.
Yeah. I mean, I know I need full breakfast, full lunch,
definitely.
A midday snack, and then full dinner. I eat a lot.
Yeah.
But I also like to work out. I enjoy coming and doing berries. But it's interesting because berries is such an intense workout. So you do need to fuel your body in order to have power to get through it. I've had a lot of friends that I've invited to come with me to berries that are a little intimidated. They're a little worried they're not going to make it through. Maybe they're afraid it's going to be too intense or too, I mean, for me, it means it's a great workout. If it's intense, it means I'm not wasting my time. I'm doing something meaningful. But what can you say to that, to people who might be intimidated?
I understand this point because if you, for example, look at my stories, every time I take the class, I make a story of people running like sprinting at between 20 to 32.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It's like crazy, or lifting those dumbbells, snatching the 20 kilos. And people could be intimidated by this part of the workout. But if you think we can do the same exercises with 5 kilos and with 20, and we can run between 8 to 10 and 20 to 25. So I think berries, it's for everyone because you make your own choice about kilos, about kilometers per hour, about
not pounds and miles.
Exactly. About how many reps you can do in 60 seconds. Because if I call you to have a squat, you can do 5 squats or you can do 20 squat. It's all about you. You take your time. You know yourself, so you know how potential you have. You can manage your stuff.
Yeah, it's really true. It's funny because you brought up in the beginning your stories of people running 20 to 30. I mean, my sprint is 16 and that's typical
sprint.
For me.
Yeah.
But I have no shame. That's my
amazing.
Sprint. But you're right. And I don't feel judged. I don't feel anybody, and nobody's looking at me. I didn't feel that in New York either, though. I don't think that's a cultural difference. I just think that's the community, at least that I've seen at Barry's, where no one's judging you or looking at you. Everybody's doing their own thing. So that's pretty great. So Gabri, it's been so nice having you on Italian for sure. Are there any last thoughts that you would like to share?
Of course, I want to invite you all. If you come to Milano, for sure, I want you to come here just to say ciao, to have a shake with us, to have a coffee with us, or to take a class with us.
That's really lovely. Gabri, thank you again for joining Italian for Sure.
Thank you, Catrin, for having me. This is Italian for Sure.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Italian for Sure. If you liked what you heard, make sure to hit the follow button wherever you listen to podcasts and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. If you want to connect, find me on Instagram and TikTok at Italian for Sure and let me know what you found most interesting. Until next time.